All right, we are back. Here we go with another month's update of what's been new in, or what we're looking at, focusing on at Predator Tackle. Tons of new stuff has just landed. Okay, I've been continuously updating this website. For you who do follow the latest products, there's a latest products tab on the home screen on here. Just click that. That tells you what's new in, like actually newly built on the site. So we've got quite a few things, tons of rods coming, loads of gunky rods, loads of Ilex stuff, ridiculous amounts. Those new Fox tackle boxes that I've been seeing all over social media, the update to the new Speed Flow foldable nets from Fox as well. We spoke about the Crush City curls last time, but tons of night shadows, a few element riders for the saltwater market. The Overtake rod range has grown for us at Gunky. Love that rod. I mean, absolutely amazing. And some real good value bait casters from Gunky as well coming. Updated on the hats that we found that we didn't have on the website. A bit more Z-Man for the reservoir boys and the saltwater anglers, and more tackle boxes. Love a tackle box from LMAB. And first of all, we're going to have a look at this new one from Monkey Lures. We've never stocked Monkey before. Saw these, loved them, thought, I'll buy everything for my personal use. Obviously, this is not for my personal use, but yeah, these Monkey Lures Purge Glider 175s, 175 millimeters, 17.5 centimeters, 73 grams, which for a 17.5 centimeter lure, 73 grams is fairly light. So this is the range. There are 6 in the range. I've got one here. Okay, so they're quite funky. Really like the colours, really different. This is called a Veto Loco, this one, which means crazy dude that I'm reliably informed in Spanish by Google, so thank you for that. It's got some real funky details. Are the same one? No, the detail is different on both sides, so it is a bit funky. Now, it's not all about the colour, even though the colour's the striking thing. These are glide baits, yeah, okay, but with a jointed glide bait. So 2 joints, yeah, making it sort of like 3 separate sections. The good thing about these that are totally different to any of the others as well, and when you get a glide bait and when you see a slow sinking glide bait, they've got to have some stabilizers on them as such, and these have got some real big fins as stabilizers, okay, and a quite a protruding fin at the top. A lot of glide baits don't have this detail on the top, but this will enable it to cut through the water as well, and these stabilizers as fins there will also be able to sort of like stabilize it. So this does literally slowly sink down in a vertical, in a horizontal, not a vertical, in a horizontal plane. So when you stop this bait in the water, okay, it will start to rise, but as you work it, it will go down to, I think it goes down to 1.5 meters, 1.2, so 0.1 of a meter to 1.2 meters. So that's where it will sit, unless you put a Jika on the bottom there, or some kind of other weighted system, okay? So the idea of that is it will literally flow along, okay, as you're going, but as it stops, it rises up. So a lot of them are slow sinking and goes down, where this one will rise up. So it gives you a different level of how to do it. So if you do put a Jika at the front, you've got to be conscious that you could be, you know, you've got to sort of like test it before you go in the water. Other good things about it, as you can see, it's got fluoro green trebles on. Straight out of the packet, comes with like hook protectors on, which is great because I'm always stabbing myself. Good thing about it, both of the trebles have got swivels on them, which obviously protect the fish when you're hooking them, and obviously protects the fish's mouth from the actual trebles ripping in their mouths or anything like that. So great fish care, great, well done Monkey Lures on that. The towel, okay, is solid as well. Okay, that is fixed in there. That's not coming off. Some other glides you can slide in and out or change the towels, but that is fixed. It's not soft or anything like that. That is a fixed acrylic, so it's part of the actual lure as well. So we like those 2 bits. As I said already, it's got a hook for a Jika, but the other thing on the top as well, which is different, it is, and it's going to be quite hard to see, so I'm going to turn it upside down. It's got a little ring on there, but that ring is also technically a swivel. So that is a swivel mounted in its head. Yeah, so therefore you're going to get movement as well again. Okay, not only for when you hook the fish, for, you know, you're going to get this whole movement within the lure. So to protect, you know, The hook hold for one, okay, and obviously secondly, the most important thing is protecting the fish. Great detail on these, love them. 175 mil long, 64 centimeters, 64 millimeters, sorry, wide. Yeah, great colours, totally different. In stock now, 73 grams. Only, I say only, for glide bait this size is really good, $22.99. Only a few of them in stock. We were very lucky to get these. We love them. Okay, next up we're going to talk about Z-Man, and there's lots of new shrimps coming. There's quite a plethora of different shrimps, sort of like across the board. But Z-Man have sort of like nailed it very much on the detail. So I do apologise if we are out of focus, but I'm going to sort of like try and run through some of the new ones that have just come in. But this one's been around a while. Hopefully you'll be out of focus on that. Okay, that's called the PrawnStarZ. This is a really good sort of like prawn looking shrimp as such. Okay, and it is pre-rigged. Okay, it's got a weighted 90-degree Aberdeen type hook in it. Yeah, so as you can see, it's got the eyes, it's got the tentacles, it's got the feet, okay, and the hook is right in the top. What I do like about this is it's got a very flexible tail, okay, and it's got like a shovel part on it as well, which you know, really does sort of like trap a lot of water. So you can actually see videos of this as the sort of like, you know, moving along and grouping along as such. The weighted system at the bottom, okay, is very perfectly balanced for this to stay, you know, or being fished quite vertical and straight and everything else as well. So it works, it's really good. Okay, Elastic, okay, as well. So very strong for shrimp. Quite a tough plastic for Z-Man. All right, so it's gonna survive a lot of bites, that is. Okay, so that's one. That's the PrawnStarZ. That's ready to go as well. And then you've got something called the Easy Shrimp, okay, which is also rigged. Again, a slightly smaller hook, 90-degree Aberdeen type hook on it, okay. Less tentacles on the feet and on the eyes and everything else as well. But the key element with this as well is I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but it's shown on the page a little bit better. There's little grooves within this weighted system, on this lead system here, that enables you to actually snap them off to change the weight system on it. So if you want to make it sort of like half the weight, you can snap that off, okay, and to lower it down a lot easier if you don't want a fast drop or anything like that. Again, is quite a featured towel as such, but it's got a pin, more of a paddle towel more than anything else as well, or mermaid towel as such, but it hasn't got the scoop up compared to the PrawnStarZ. All right, okay. Again, Elastic, absolutely great, pre-rigged as well. Now, both of these are being used as verticals, okay, and they've been used as normal rigged, you know, I mean, dragged on, cast and retrieve and everything else well for bass, rasp, and I know a lot of people, not supposed to say, using these on Grafham and Rutland, you know, but some people don't like them pre-rigged or anything like that, or they don't have the weight that they want. So there is also the Easy Shrimp, which is exactly the same. Does that mean the page has gone off? I do apologise. Exactly the same as this, but obviously no rig system in it at all. Right, so it's exactly the same lure, okay, again Elastic, okay, so you can drop shot these, absolutely perfect. You've got that movement, and that I like a lure that does a lot of stuff without you having to do it. These are one of those. That movement, that flow of water will really move that towel around with that mermaid towel, everything else as well. You can rig it, obviously it's got a system to allow you to obviously Texas that quite happily, fish that weedless quite happily, okay, or a exposed jig head, or just a drop shot, you know, so that's a real good way of doing it. Now, the new kids to the block as such, okay, is the scented shrimp, yeah, okay, and the salty Ned shrimp. You know, they're not, got to remember, these are not just saltwater variants. Now, if I pick up the scented shrimp, and I smelt this earlier, it stinks, this one. The others two don't stink, they're salty and everything else. Well, this smells like something that I can't say, right? But it stinks, trust me. It's got the scented, any scented product from Z-Man is in conjunction with Procure Super Gels. Those who know that Procure Super Gel is really strong. It absolutely pen and inks, okay, and it sticks like anything else as well. All right, okay, so this scented shrimp is slightly different, okay, a slightly fatter mermaid tail on it, okay, few more tentacles, okay, bit more bulbous on the head, okay, but it hasn't got the jointed part here, okay, so it's very fixed here, so it's not going to move as much, all right, but you know, you've got to remember this is Elastic, so this will, okay, stand up. So this is a very buoyant, so this will sit up a little bit more than the others which are weighted already. So the way you can fish this, you can put a bit of a spike in there, tungsten spike in there to just sit the tail back a little bit if you wanted to. Okay, you've got the hook vanes to enable you to fish it weedless on the bottom if you wish, or add more scent if you wanted to within there. All right, but it's designed really, okay, primarily, okay, for the saltwater market, but ideally you'll be able to fish this anywhere. You know, we all know shrimps are found in estuaries, rivers, estuaries and seas and washes and everything else as well, but they're definitely found in rivers, streams, you know, canals and everything else as well. I think there's about 6 different colours in this scented. Oh, my picture's gone. I think we should just have a look in that scented, which I think it's 8 there, 8, 9 there, different scented, 9 colours there, okay, through their whole prefer. But you know, that's great, and they are 3 inch, okay, really good. But there's the new kid on the block. My hands stink now. The new kid on the block is the salted one. Okay, is it salted? Yeah, it's salty. Yeah, it's very salty. This is different again. It's going to be quite hard to see. No forward-facing tentacles. Okay, it's got small tentacles on the back and arched tentacles coming back. This is designed as a Ned type. Yeah, so it is designed fully to sit up. It has got some grooves in it as well, so it will flex a lot more technically than the scented one. So this salty one has got some more grooves in it, but you know, that I'm trying to hold that as still as possible. That towel, that mermaid towel, is doing everything you want it to do without you doing anything. But real small, tiny, 2.5 inches. So sorry if Bradley's struggling to get a picture of this, and I'm spinning it around all over the place. But great little Ned, great little drop shot. Okay, it is primarily designed for the salt. Now, there's a lot of bass anglers out there that are telling me that they are using smaller and smaller baits they are to catch bass. Okay, and these are one of them. All right, so we've had them in a while. We have had them in a while, but they've never been on the net. So they've been one of those where people have kept them on the QT, but they are new in. They've got quite a few colours. There was quite a few colours at 3, 6, 9, 10 different colours there. All right, and 10 different colours in there. I do like that midnight oil. This is called New Penny. This one is Opening Night. Okay, quite translucent white colour, that Opening Night. I'll try and hold it up as best I possibly can. Okay, different. Try them, give them a go. But there was a lot of different shrimps. Don't just think shrimps are for the saltwater market. They can be used anywhere and everywhere, and very effectively. All right, so small, medium, large, rigged and unrigged, give them a go. Not only for the bass, brilliant for the zander, amazing for the perch. Give them a go. Okay, next up we are going to talk about a restock that we struggle sometimes to get into at the right price. We're lucky we get these at an extremely good price compared to a lot of other people, and they are great in many aspects. They are a big, solid, okay, with handle, fully waterproof. They call it satchels, but it's a big tackle box as such. I'll try and do a closer look. It's going to be quite hard to film. The key element with these are there are 2 different sizes. However, there are 2 different types, and they look very similar. But the 2 differences is the thickness, the fatness. you're getting 2 tackle boxes in one, okay, than the other. And it's all great. We always say, oh, it's better to have more storage and as much storage as possible. But if you don't need them, okay, you don't need to buy them. But the way they've done it and the way they've sort of like designed it all is quite unique, okay, gives you a lot of utility. I'm going to try and do the best I possibly can. These fold out like so. Okay, inside you can see all these yellow inserts. Those yellow, they're blue. Those blue inserts, they are called Z-Rust inserts. What that does is actually draw the water away, or the moisture as such away from your lures, hooks, you know, and the condensation within this box. So it stops any condensation. Obviously, you use anything, it's damp, it's in the box, you open and close the box, you're going to get condensation. But those blue inserts that you can, you know, make how you want, how big you want your dividers in there, or how big you want your trays in there, you know, are designed to basically take the moisture out of the whole box. Yeah, so technically you're not going to get rusty lures, rusty hooks, or anything like that. Now, this one here is really quite hard to say. This one is called, this is the 3000 size. It's called WP NC, okay. NC in my mind means no extra stuff, yeah. With the BC, okay, you get 2 of these. I say these if I can put them out. They are fixed in, okay. You get another tray. You get 2 of these tackle boxes. Now, the price of the price of this one is £60, and the price of this one, the bigger, well, I say the bigger one, it's the same size inside internally, but you've got these bits at the back, is £75. Now these boxes are on their own, are £11.99 on their own. So what you're getting is, you know, 20 quid's worth of waterproof little insert boxes with also that have the Z-Rust stuff on there as well, with the inserts on there that you can use for little bits of you know, your tools, or sorry, not your tools, your hooks, or little spare bits and everything else as well. So your parts box as such, yeah, you can basically put everything in there. They're fully waterproof on their own. 3 very strong clamp size seals, yeah, for that. So it's got like, it's called 360 socket or gasket all the way around. They slide back in there, okay, and they clip in as well. So very, very solid. So £15 price difference between the B and the N as such, yeah. Okay, so real good. I'm going to reach over here, go out of frame quickly, and try and grab these 2. Okay, so the first one was a 3000. These are 4000. Yeah, you can see this is the B. Okay, got 2 tackle boxes, bigger, larger tackle boxes. Okay, but essentially, okay, exactly the same. We'll try and turn this around. Okay, essentially again, 360 gasket all the way around. Okay, keeping it fully waterproof. Turn that up, take that out there. Okay, this is a big box, yeah, and I have seen people going on the boats and Grafham and Rutland with a lot of stuff in there. So this is not only bigger, this is actually deeper. Right, you can fit a lot of sandwiches in there for your big lunchbox. Okay, all right, plenty of dividers in there as well. Okay, very, very, very strong. All right, but the difference between these are, okay, this big one here is 85. And this one is 70, all right? Okay, what you're getting there is 20 odd pounds worth of extra parts boxes. So let's just move that down out of the way. The big, quite a lot bigger, wider. I don't know if you can actually see that, but there is quite a difference, okay? But yeah, the difference between them again are these 2 tackle part boxes, but you can fit obviously a lot of them. They're both the same size, okay, you know, fit in, slot in, and sort of like clip in quite well, so they're not going to pop out or anything like that. But you know, let's have a look technically. So that's the one with tackle boxes at 4000 size. That's the one at 3000 size, you know, with the tackle box. You can see how wide they are. If I swap them out completely, put the 3000 size in there against with no boxes, with the 4000 no boxes as well. All right. solid. Flambeau is solid, American made company, very good reputation. You know, these are pretty much bomb proof for anything you want in these, in the sense of this is a full day's fishing. Great carry handle. They are primarily designed for boat work and everything else as well, all right? But, you know, you can pretty much take them anywhere. But if you want to store stuff in the back of your car, you've got stuff that gets wet, if you're a saltwater angler or freshwater angler, these will do exactly, you know, the same. Keep your lures fresh, ready to go, all right, okay? So, 4 boxes in the ranges, 2 sizes, okay, with 2 different models as such, with or without boxes. So the B part is with boxes, okay, the N part is no boxes, all right, okay, great value for money, lot of box for your money as well, all right, okay, check them out, back in stock, been out of stock for a while, back in stock, really pleased to see these again. So we've had to come into the shop for this one, back in stock, been out for a while, continue with the Flambeau range. These bunk boxes are fantastic, but there are some limitations, and let us be honest with you on this. So this is a pretty solid box when it comes to it. Okay, it's 112 centimeters long. What is it? It enables you, okay, to hold up to 4 rods, 6'6", no longer than 6'6", with their reels on, suspended within this box, okay? It is a solid box, lovely big handle on it, okay? Got some clips on it to enable you to lock it up and everything else as well. So if you've got long rods than 6'6", just be conscious or cautious that you can't use this box, all right, okay? Because you're not going to be outfitting it. As I said, you've got 4 foam inserts or 4 slots, okay, to enable you to put your rods in with the reels. It's designed to, so the reels are suspending, so they're not hitting the bottom or anything like that. Okay, has their Z-Rust protector in there, or their inhibitator, okay, which allows to draw any moisture, okay, salt or anything that goes in the box, so stops any rusting or anything like that. So I'm just going to sort of like show you how it fits in. This is one of the new Skills editions by Gunky. Lovely. This is 6'5", this rod, okay, so look, it literally does sit in there really neatly. I haven't put a reel on this one, all right, but hopefully you should be able to see that. So that will sit comfortably, the reel will sit comfortably in there, fits really well. So the good thing about it, yeah, there is a bit of movement in there, is a bit of play in there, okay, so as you can see, you fit 1, 2, 3, 4, but once you've got this closed, you've got this foam back in here on the back of the lid, okay, which actually sort of like closes it down and pushes on there. So that's not going anywhere, that rod, all right? So ideal for travel rods, 3-piece, 4-piece rods, and obviously 2 pieces up to 6'6". Okay, ideal for the trail anglers or anyone who's got some real ultra light rods that store in the back of your car, store in the back of your van, okay, and unfortunately get broken. This is what this box is designed for. I wouldn't go traveling with this box, i.e. wouldn't chuck it on a plane, but I have seen people do that, you know, because we've all seen how they throw around their around those cases, everything. Pick up a bazooka tube for the bigger ones, okay, so we've got those obviously showing on the website. But this box, this bunk box, the trout anglers, the ultralighters, any rods up to 6'6", okay, this is the box for you to protect your rods, all right, okay, great, you know, real strong to sturdy clips on it as well, okay, locks in really well, all right, okay, solid, 1.12 meters long, all right, check it out. Been out for a while, $72.99 this is, all right, okay, in stock now, all right, get it on. Okay, moving on from the bunk box, we have got this new HD box. Now, this is pretty much the same size as that bunk box, but this is a pelly case. This is solid. This is £175, this is, so it's a lot more money than the actual bunk box, but I mean, this is a different beast, right? A pelly case, yeah. It's even got like the little breather button on it as well, which allows you to sort of like air it off and gas it off. It's also got big wheels on it, so you can drag it along. 4 massive clips, okay. A handle on the top there, okay, which is folding in. So this all folds down lovely, big pelly case type box, yeah. So solid, as you can just see, I've just dropped it down there on the desk. I'm going to try and open it as best I can. Okay, can you see it? Okay, fully foamed. This is pretty much the same size, designed to take 6'5" 6'5", 6'6" rods. It's designed to take 5 rods, but they're all going to be broken down this time, okay? And the way that they've sort of like designed this, you can put you're supposed to put the tips in first, push them all the way down, okay, to make sure that they're in safe, all right, okay, all the way down to the bottom. And then obviously a rod with no reel on, okay, put it on top, okay, push it down, okay, and that will sit, mind the label because that's a brand new one, that will sit comfortably in there. And then you've got these slots here for your reels, okay, so you can fit 5 reels on there, a different accessory box or a spare reel, but you've got, this is a proper full-on HD travel. I'm taking my rods to Bura Bura to fish for giant tuna, something along them lines, all right? Okay, so you know it's a solid box. Again, fully padded throughout. Got the Z-Rust protectors in it as well, so protects it all the way from any issues with any salt or condensation or anything like that. But fully waterproof, solid, heavy box. It is quite a heavy box, but it is designed, you know, to give you that extra full-on protection when you're traveling aboard. Be very happy to take this on any flight, okay, any ship, any boat or anything like that. This will get chucked around and not damage anything inside. So if you want to look after your products, okay, you look after your rods and your reels, and you're going fishing abroad, this is the one to take, all right? Okay, remember though, if you've got longer rods over 6'6", okay, you need to look at the bazooka type tubes, okay, to take your stuff, okay, but this, okay, is ideal for your travel rods and everything else as well, as a solid case. As I said, $174.99, a lot different to the bunk box, but a different box completely. All right, so check them both out, have a check out our website. Okay, to finish this month's off, what's new? As we said last month, we gave a giveaway, so thank you for everybody who commented. We done a randomizer. I think the person who put this in has got the best handle going on YouTube. But your name's Alan. Thank you, Alan. And I'll say it politely. I think it's Alf Uckham Hall is your name. Congratulations, Alf / Alan. Okay, thanks for all the nice comments you put. It's very much appreciated, but get in touch. You're the guy who's won all the products from last month. I can't remember what they are, so we will have to have a look back, make sure. But please get in contact with us. Either give us the shop a call, send us a DM or a message somewhere along the line, and we'll send your stuff out to you completely free of charge. Thanks for everybody who's been watching. Please like and subscribe, okay? It means a lot to us, and the feedback you're giving is absolutely amazing. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.